up, everyone, and welcome back to Girl You Know What podcast, season 6, episode 2. And I am Danielle.
And I'm Kisha.
And another week of the shit show. So,
Oh, Lord, yes.
it's going to, it is what it
It's
is.
gonna be constant
Listen, but can we talk,
and continuous.
girl, but can y'all stop pissing off my grandmother and interrupting her shows throughout the day? Because she's
Because,
over.
honey, no, we don't need breaking news.
No, not for every little damn thing. I mean, come on now. Now, if it's like a national tragedy, okay. But if y'all ain't giving any other information about it and y'all just repeating the same shit, save it. But
I
if it's
mean,
some
people, we're living in a national tragedy. You really
exactly.
can hold the breaking news for that.
Thank you. Let Lester and them do it. That's their job. Let them talk
Yeah,
about it.
give it to Lester at 6:30.
Yeah,
We'll get it.
exactly.
The rest of that, we don't need
Oh
to know.
my gosh, it's just
We
too
don't
damn
need to
much.
know that y'all
Whew.
standing outside the Department of Education and can't get in.
Right.
That they done defunded USAID.
Okay.
We don't need to know.
We don't
Give
need
it
to
to the
know at
6:30
all.
people. Let them tell us.
Right.
Lester's been doing an amazing job.
Hmm.
As anybody who could keep a straight face
Listen, through all this,
is doing great at work.
listen, anybody who can be in a war zone and then come back 2 days later after he's been back, after he's been flying for those 2 days and come back and do
Whew.
his job. I mean, listen, I don't give a shit. You let him do
Girl,
it.
I screamed at the TV every day. He was over there like, Lester, you need to come home.
Exactly.
Like,
Listen, my grandma was like, he's still over there.
Lester, get out away from there. Why do they got you over there anyway?
Exactly. He just be there with a straight face, just doing his job like he's in the studio.
Oh, them old racist white folks sent you over
Listen,
there anyway.
listen, child, I don't get it.
Oh,
So, before we get into the show, I do want to say, excuse me,
mm-mm.
we did lose a legend. Irv Gotti passed away after
Oh, God.
having a massive stroke because I didn't know he had one over the
He's,
summer.
and he's diabetic. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So he
Yeah,
yeah,
diabetes just takes a toll on your body,
yes,
overall. So,
yeah. So that one really like shook me because and the thing is about it, not shook, but like kind of because we've been
well,
friends.
absolutely, because let's be honest,
Mm-hmm.
we loved Murder Inc.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
They brought us some of the and then outside of Murder Inc., the
Mm-hmm.
work he did with Jay-Z, like the
Listen.
work he did with other artists, like
Mm-hmm.
outside of his crew,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good guy.
Exactly. He really was. And the sad thing that makes me, besides his passing, of course, but the thing that gets me is like his last big news story wasn't about his music. It was about
He was
him.
having a sucker
He
attack
was
over
having
a woman.
exactly,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
and we talked about it on the show, of course,
Hmm.
because it was
He
something that
was he was
happened.
tripping. He was
He was
tripping.
tripping. He was going through his things. He was probably, and what, and one of my friends posted this, and I meant to repost it, but when you forget, we forget to
Mm-hmm.
repost stuff, and then it's
It'd be
lost in
going
your
too fast.
yeah. And then when you go back, you like, damn, well, I can't find it now, and I ain't going through all that searching and shit. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, and I couldn't even remember who posted it. That was the thing. But um, said that like wonder if because people know when something's happening to them.
Mm-hmm.
You may not know that you're going to actually leave this earth or whatever, but maybe that
Mm-hmm.
was something he felt like he needed to get out. That was bothering
I think he was
him.
just having a sucker attack.
He was having a sucker attack, and
I think he
yeah.
just saw the woman that he loved.
Mhm.
No, regardless of how he was treating her.
Mhm.
As we get older, we learn that people don't know how to properly express love to other people.
Right.
And as you hear her say, the things that he was saying to her, you ain't gonna be nothing, all the stuff the negative stuff, calling her out of her name. But he thought he loved her. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And when he saw her go back to her man, he was inconsolable. Like it was
Mhm.
out of control. He
Right.
couldn't contain those feelings any longer.
Mhm.
So I don't know if he necessarily thought something was happening with him, but I just think he saw his life,
Mhm.
changing so rapidly that he couldn't control it. He couldn't hold it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him for that, but it was a sucker attack for sure.
Oh, it
Had
definitely
that
was.
shit behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you were going on multiple podcasts where they were actually just specifically asking you about it, so you should have known.
Yeah.
Yeah, but rest in peace to Irv Gotti. Definitely, definitely a
Yeah,
hip
because,
hop
honey, I would
legend.
never listen. I loved Murder
You
Inc.
couldn't tell us shit.
You couldn't tell me nothing about
Listen.
them. I loved Ashanti,
Mm-hmm.
loved Vita, because Vita
Yes.
didn't get enough
She didn't.
credit. Like, she
Mm-mm.
was the better rapper than Charlie
Oh
Baltimore.
yeah,
I
for
think there
sure.
was a little colorism
Oh,
there. I think
girl,
from
of
Charlie
course.
being Big's girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a lot of that, that
Yeah.
she got, because Big believed in her. She
Mm-hmm.
got pushed to the forefront, but Vita
Right.
was definitely the better
Yeah,
rapper.
for sure. Yeah.
Like, I liked Vita's look,
Mm-hmm.
and this was before people bought their bodies.
Listen.
So she kind of, I feel like she kind of got lost in the sauce too, because she was just an itty bitty. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't really have the physique, I would
Yeah.
say, that was marketable
Mm-hmm.
at the time. So, she didn't really get all of the credit that she deserved. But Vita was an amazing artist.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else was with them.
Oh,
You
Ja
don't have me listening to Murder Inc. today.
Ja Rule.
I mean, yeah, but you know, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm talking about the other little
All
people.
the little people got you. Yeah, we're gonna have to go through
Ja
their
Rule was like an
catalog.
obvious, like,
Yeah, I
he
mean
had
he
all
was
the hits.
Murder Inc.
Yeah,
Him
he
and then
was.
Ashanti. For
Him and
sure.
Ashanti,
Yeah.
and you
Charlie
know,
Baltimore.
yeah. And I
I
don't even
mean,
really feel like she had any. I mean, any like songs that I can remember that was like, oh, that was
well,
a
I
banger.
mean, you made a good point. She to me she was a one hit wonder, and and I wouldn't even really call it that. It was just a song that was played. It
She was
wasn't like
good
this
on like
hit.
features,
Yeah,
but
that's where I was going. Yeah, she was good. Now she would give you a feature in a second,
mhm.
but the main thing that put her to that elevated status, I guess you could say in hip hop at that time, was she really didn't have any competition because Lil Kim and them were kind of like in their little transition,
Uh-huh.
where they were kind of going from like the
Yeah,
hit.
she had to come in when Kim and them was like, they was done. They had already
Yeah, they already
did.
did that. So, they were like the it girls, so they didn't have nothing to prove. They could just put out something
Yeah.
and just be like, whatever. But then, like you said, also the colorism definitely played a part. And her being
Definitely.
associated with Big. So, I mean, that definitely gave her an edge. And
Because
it's,
she didn't really bring anything that was like earth shattering.
to me, she was just an around the
Being
way
light
girl who
skinned
could
with
spit.
red hair.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
Just red bone out there living. That's it. But she did her thing. I ain't gonna be mad at her. I mean, she did, used what she listen. Use what you got to get what you want. That part. So yeah, but so rest in peace to Irv. We got to do some Murder Inc. Reflections on our
Absolutely.
listen, because I did forget a lot of people who weren't that big on the label. But so where are we going next? Okay, before did you have your Black History
My Black
fact?
History
Yeah,
facts.
okay, go ahead,
Do do
girl.
do do.
Yes, ma'am. Needs its own theme music.
So I think the next couple of Black History facts will be books.
Okay.
Because, you know, I think I said this here last week. People don't read enough.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so this particular book, I ordered it probably, I don't know, it's a couple of months ago, and I started reading it just like a couple of days ago. And it's a page turner for sure. And it's called The Color of Law.
Yes, I have
I
that
would
book. I haven't read it yet,
really
but I have it.
Okay, good, because I shared it with one of my friends, and he also said the same thing. He was like, "I have it, but I haven't started reading it."
Right.
Um,
Why do we do that?
what am I about to say that I can say positive? The book is very informative.
Mm-hmm.
And something I do want to talk about the book and why it's a Black History fact. The book is about redlining. And for those of you who are not familiar, redlining is a practice that the United States government,
Mm-hmm.
used to keep Black people in certain areas and to prevent Black people from buying homes. And I want to explain this a little more in detail, because when we hear redlining, we think it's a line that they draw, which it actually was a physical area on a map that they would keep Black people in.
Mm-hmm.
But to go a little bit further, the government, let's start with projects. So the government used to build what we now know as projects, but we'll call it affordable housing. They built affordable housing not for Black people. I know we look at affordable housing today and we believe that it was built for Black people. It was not.
Right.
It was built for white people. It was built for white people to have, and let's be clear, for middle class white people.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even built for lower income white people. It was built for the middle class to have a place to stay because housing in this country has always been scarce.
Yes.
When people returned from the war, it was always difficult for middle class white, even middle class white people, to find housing. Now, they had one advantage over us. They could get a loan, though. They could get a mortgage. And most banks would give you a mortgage, but your mortgage had to be approved and backed by the federal government. Well, for Black people, that was impossible. The federal government, the FHA, would flat out refuse to back any mortgage that was offered to an African American.
Mm.
And that is how most of us ended up stuck in affordable housing.
Right.
Because once we got in affordable housing, we didn't have anywhere else to go. See, white people had the freedom to leave and move and say, oh, we don't want to live here anymore. Even though their projects were segregated, they still
Mm-hmm.
didn't live with us.
Right, of
It was
course.
still much different than where we lived. It was much more well maintained, but they had the ability to say, okay, we're going to go buy a house. And with no problem, because again, what? The government would back the loan.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed in affordable housing because we couldn't even get private landlords to rent to us.
Right.
So now we have a twofold problem. The federal government doesn't want us to be able to get a loan, and private landlords don't want to rent to us. So we had nowhere to go but the projects. What we now know as the projects, what was then referred to as affordable housing.
Mm-hmm.
And I read that and became a little, I didn't become convicted because I've never thought this about people who live in affordable housing. But you always hear the stories like, oh, they're lazy, they don't want to work. But honestly, it is a product of the government. And what I mean by that is the government has systematically, when we say stuff like systematic racism, this is systematic racism at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fact that Black people, and listen, I still believe that these things happen today.
Oh, of course.
I still believe wholeheartedly that these practices go on today. They're just not as blatant as they were back then.
Mm-hmm.
The government was basically forced to segregate. And even in being forced to segregate, there were some instances, especially in places like Chicago, that I read in the book where when there was, so let's say that the housing authority proposed 10 projects for the year. 8 of those projects would go to white people. One project would go to Black people. And then the other project would go to international minorities. So, and just ding, ding, ding for you white folks who think y'all so white, that included Italians,
Mm-hmm.
Irish, and Asians. They didn't even let them live with white people. I want y'all to realize how racist your government is, and y'all be out here voting for them.
Exactly.
They don't like none of y'all. They
That
tolerate you, but
exactly.
if you are Aryan blood white, like German blood white, they like those people.
Mm-hmm.
The country is really, I mean, I'm digesting it every moment when I read it, but the country is very
Oh
racist.
yeah.
It's a system that has been put into place, and just let's trust and believe the book did use the word token Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who would sit and say, well, we did it, we y'all's token Negroes.
Exactly.
It definitely discusses those.
Mm-hmm. And it needs
So
to.
don't think that just because you make it or because you were able to purchase a home, they gonna let a couple people through to make it look like we're not
Hmm.
racist.
Right.
Just like everybody who stepped and fetched for the sitting president, where the black people's jobs at?
Hmm.
You are token Negroes. That's what y'all are.
And
Yeah,
listen.
they let you come in and look, I like them. He wanted to parade y'all.
Hmm.
He turned out into
And
workhorses.
now where y'all at?
At home licking y'all wounds with y'all's white wives.
I mean, and they on the. I mean, even if you in the government working on the house floor, they telling your black ass to sit down because we don't need you no more.
Told you to sit your black ass down.
They sure did. Told his ass, oh girl, that
To sit
blessing.
down.
Mm-hmm. And now
That's
you
how
want
I
to
know it ain't no
cry.
real nigga in you.
Exactly. Because let them say that to Hakeem Jeffries or somebody. He would have read that whole room. He would have shut
I
that
hope
room
he's pulled him
down.
to the side like, brother, you got to snap out of this trance you in.
Yeah, because it really is a trance. It really
What's that
is.
movie? What's that movie? Where the white black guy had the white girlfriend and she took him to their house?
Oh
What was that
shit.
movie called? Get
Oh
Out? Get
no.
Out.
Yeah, get out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to say the other one, you, but yeah,
Somebody
get
need to
out.
pull him to the side
Mm-hmm.
because he is trapped.
Yes. And you can't tell
Because
him no
he's given
different.
very much like Howard man, like very much Morehouse man,
Mm-hmm.
and you as a whole white boy.
Yep.
And somebody need to shake you out of that
Yeah. It's like you.
because you are lost in the sauce for sure.
Because like you said, he went home to complain to his wife, and she was probably just like, okay, let's.
Listen, and this is why I say you men need black wives.
Listen.
You think LeBron James would be the man he is without Savannah? I don't think so.
Hell no.
And I think he has openly spoken about how important she is to him.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think Barack would be Barack without Michelle? Y'all weird if y'all say yes. Like,
Right.
be for real right now, y'all.
It's right in your face, and you're still like, I don't know if that's right or not.
But yeah, and still, black women be having to go get white boys.
Yes.
It's sad.
It is. It
It's a
really
real sad thing
is.
going on out here. We need to really love each other.
Yeah, seriously. That got lost in the sauce somewhere, and just hard. It seems like it's hard to get for some of y'all to come back, but
To come back,
yeah. Whew.
girl.
So that was good. So
The Color of
definitely
Law by
read that, y'all.
Richard Rothstein.
Yes.
Really, you need to pick it up. It's a New York Times bestseller. Like, it is a page turner.
Yeah.
Where am I at right now? Here, hold up. Right now, I'm on racial zoning. What was the first one? Let me see what the second one. I can't remember. I'm turning the pages as we speak. Public housing and black ghettos.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Oh,
give
it's
it to
gonna
you
go
straight with
there.
no chaser.
Yes.
If San Francisco, then everywhere. And let me just say something about this for just a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So San Francisco, I guess San Francisco was looked at as a more liberal city,
Right.
but there was so much redlining and racial discrimination based on housing going on that they felt like, God, if this can happen in San Francisco, then it's got to be happening in places like Birmingham and Chicago, because
Right.
San Francisco here, they thought we don't have those issues, and lo
Mm-hmm.
and behold, yes you do.
Right. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, and at that
Mm-hmm.
time we're talking 40s, 30s, it's everywhere.
Right.
you know it's really sad
It
though.
is. It is when you think about all that stuff and just how the government played a
Thank you.
huge part in it.
It
That's
was
the
the
thing.
government.
Yeah.
It was the government.
Mm.
And it lets you see, like, even when you look around in government today, why black people are just locked out of certain
Oh
places,
yeah.
and why you see
Mm-hmm.
the black people who are in got white spouses.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
think it's a ticket
Mm-hmm.
to
I've
get where they need to go. They've been convinced that that is the way it needs to be.
Yep. I mean, we see it all over the place. I
And it's
mean,
really
and
sad.
it's not just in straight couples; it's in gay couples. Because I pointed out all the time, you see these
Oh yeah.
successful black men, and they end up with a white man. all the
What is
time,
that
and
about though?
and black lesbians. You see the successful ones, majority of them who are out and open, they end up with a white woman. It happens.
What
I don't
is
understand.
that
I don't.
about?
It's like, I mean, and I'm going to put it out there. I'm a part of the community, and even if I wasn't, I don't give a shit. I'm an observer. You already have enough issues. Let's just keep it real. Being black and gay, being black and
Mm-hmm.
lesbian, black and trans, however you
Mm-hmm.
identify. Then you're gonna come out here and be in an interracial relationship. Now, okay, I'm all for you can't control who you fall in love with, blah blah blah. I get that, but some of y'all are out there just specifically looking for that.
You're seeking it out.
Yeah, and that's where I have the problem. I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
problem with interracial couples to the point where it's like, okay, we met, we really had a lot in common, we got along, okay, I had a connection with this person that couldn't be broke. Okay, I don't understand it, but I get it.
I
But
don't believe it, but go on.
I'm just saying,
You know, the therapist, the psychologist, me, I don't believe that,
right,
but
right, right. It's like, okay, I can see it, but I don't get it. Okay.
mhm,
But, it's just like you already got enough of that. Why do
mhm,
you Okay. And then the people that
mhm,
like you and surround themselves with you, they still look at your black gay ass like you're black and gay.
mhm,
So it's not like you've arrived, you just got some kind of power, or something like that that they can agree
mhm.
with. So
I
what
think it's a twofold thing for me.
Mhm.
Um, and these are just questions.
Right.
Um, why do you believe that white is better?
Yeah. That's where I get lost at.
Why?
Mhm.
What has told you that white is better?
Right.
And I am always, we don't realize how much we are a product of the environment we were raised in.
Mhm.
And I think I say this, that's black and white. I say this especially for black men and to black women.
Mhm.
Do you have a good relationship with your father if you're a woman?
Mhm.
Or are there positive male figures in your life?
Mhm.
Because what about black men has turned you so cold that you said, I'm just gonna date a white boy? That you felt like the oppressor. And let me tell you
Yes.
something, even if he I heard a white man just say this 2 days ago. Just because you date or marry someone of another race doesn't mean you're not racist. A
Mm.
white man said that.
Yeah.
He said it about his own, I believe it was his father.
Mhm.
He said, growing up, I believed that my father was a racist.
Mhm.
He said, but then a few years ago, he married a black woman. And the guy that was with him said, well, that doesn't mean that he's not a racist just because he married a black woman.
Exactly.
And I want black people, especially, to really like hold on to that.
Cuz that
Be
goes deeper.
very careful because just because you are in a relationship with a person who is white doesn't mean that they are not racist. They
Mhm.
may have some preconceived ideas about race. They may have some stereotypes that they believe about black people. Um, and ultimately, them being a white person, they have the ability and the power to change your situation.
Mhm.
You you're not going to get me to believe, especially y'all be marrying white people who be raised in racist homes.
Yeah.
Baby, are you on some kind of mission
So that's a whole nother thing cuz you walking into that situation like, ooh,
with no fear?
none.
Y'all, okay, and now we're gonna speak about y'all's friendships. Y'all will go like that black lady who to this day we don't know who killed her.
Yes,
She
Tamala
went
Horsford.
over them white women's house, and you were the only black person.
Mhm.
Y'all don't ever even think to bring your black friend with you, like
Right.
to travel in a pack.
Mhm.
When you with them, you don't think to say, I'm not gonna go alone. You have become that trusting. I want you to know that I'm reading a book from that of things that happened in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Mhm.
I was born in 1980. My grandmother was born in 1940.
Mhm.
Like this shit happened while she was growing up.
Right.
So we're not talking about. shit that's that far removed. My grandmother's still living.
Mm-hmm.
She will be 85 in 2 months.
Yes.
So, and not only is she still living, she had children in the middle of these things that we're explaining.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was born in 59. My uncle was born in 63. So we're talking about shit that has happened in the lifetime of our parents.
Yes.
And y'all really go places with them alone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, child. I mean,
I mean, I don't get
I
it.
don't know how y'all do it.
I don't
I,
either.
you know what really makes me clutch my pearls?
What's
When
that?
y'all send y'all's kids to school with they kids and your kid be like the only black kid in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby, no, 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 no.
No.
I don't care if we got to drive 30 minutes from where we live. You're not going to go to that school.
No.
You're going to go to school with the
And
blacks.
especially when they tell
Uh-uh,
you that when you know racist shit is going on with your child and
uh-uh,
you're still going to send them
uh-uh.
there to prove something, you're trying to prove something
No,
to yourself.
no. Again, what is telling y'all that white is better?
Mm-hmm.
And you think I'm going to send you to the school with them when they the ones having all the school shootings?
I mean, and
You
then
got to be
that goes
crazy.
into a whole nother subset of the
Oh
discussion.
no, 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 no,
Uh-uh.
no. You won't get mine.
No,
Mm-mm.
we ain't doing
You will
that.
not get mine. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry.
Nope. My
No.
my babies are going to Columbus Public School, or I'm sorry, Columbus City Schools. I'm sorry, unless we can find a good charter school within the city that they will be with their own. There is. I'm sorry. You can kiss
Listen.
my ass. Mm-mm, it's not
Mine went
happening.
direct to public school. Her high school she went to charter school, but
Mm-hmm.
it was all black people in there.
Yep.
The principal was black.
Yep.
The teachers was black. I don't know what y'all doing.
Mm-hmm.
The secretary was black, and I told her you're gonna have to go to a HBCU. The
Yeah.
white folk, cause see that's still a white system.
Uh-huh.
They didn't educated you long enough.
Yep.
That's enough.
That's it.
Y'all being weird. Like, I understand that y'all want to feel like, oh, I don't want to live in the city. I want to move to the suburbs. I want my kids to da 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 da. Okay, I get it. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these schools got open enrollment.
Right.
So you can still send your kid to a school where they are not the pepper and milk,
Mm-hmm.
the fly and milk. What they say in the South? A fly in the
I
buttermilk.
think it's a fly. Yeah, fly in the buttermilk. Yep.
I don't want
No,
mine being the only
I'm not
one.
putting my babies through that. Mm-mm.
No, no, that y'all don't know. Not only are you causing an identity crisis in them, you making them feel like they not good enough, and then it be the ones. And I listen, my hair is natural. I haven't had a relaxer since I think I haven't had a relaxer since 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I think I haven't had it since about 2014. But then y'all be the ones who be so Africanized, and then you be sending your kids to them schools with them all them white kids.
Yeah.
What are you trying to be like the neighborhood teacher? Like you want them to like learn all blackness through your kids? Like, no, my
Right.
kid's not about to be. So what does it mean when you guys say no,
Mm-mm.
no,
No, we're not
no,
doing that.
no,
Nope.
we're not doing that. No.
Mm-mm.
Come on out this school. No, I'm sorry.
Come back to you. Come back home. Come back home.
Because this is why it stresses me. Because we as black women, I'm gonna talk about black women.
Mm-hmm.
I know men go through it, but men can kind of like, oh, y'all talk about sports and everything is cool. Black women go to work and be like, am I in the twilight fucking zone? Like,
Okay.
bitch, stop touching my hair. Stop asking me how it got like this.
Right.
Like, stop asking me, what does it mean? No, I'm
Yeah.
not the fucking black translator. Like,
Exactly.
stop, stop, stop. And then you want me to work 17 times as fucking hard as the rest of y'all. No, bitch,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. And then you turn around and put your kids in the same situation when you send them to them white schools.
Yep.
We already going through it at work. You know how it
Exactly.
feel.
You
Why the fuck would
know.
you send your baby into that?
Because you're
That shit
trying to
was
prove something
weird.
to yourself. That's what it
Oh, and I done
is.
got mad because I done start cursing. I'm
Okay.
sorry,
All
y'all.
right. Well, I'm about to take you to another subject. So,
I got mad.
but you got mad. I can tell you because you started talking real fast. So let's move on now.
I
This
done got pissed off because I feel sorry for them kids. Like, stop
I
doing
know that's the
that.
thing. It's like quit putting them babies through that just to try to prove
Because
something to
again,
yourself.
we feel it every day.
Yeah.
We know what that should feel like. Why
Mm-hmm.
would you do it to them?
Exactly.
We be like, can I just work from home? Now the government's like, hell no, bring your ass in here.
That part right there.
Ain't no more working from home. Ho, get in
No.
here.
Get in here, sit down, and do the same
Mike
thing you
DeWine
were
little
doing
ass
at
talking about
home.
everybody come to work on March the 5th. Like, my
Girl.
God, y'all.
Girl, but they making our non-bargaining employees, which are like people who aren't eligible for the union, like supervisors, stuff like that. They got to come in. They got to start Monday, 5 days a week. They said, y'all don't get no time. Y'all don't get no month to figure it out. No, y'all come in Monday. And they just
Let me
told
say
us last
something. And
week.
COVID put a mental strain on
Oh
people.
yeah, they don't care. They don't give a shit.
People are gonna be so. Y'all don't have to be quiet now. The
Mm-hmm.
office been to be quiet as hell
Mm-hmm.
because people nerves so bad from COVID.
Listen.
People's nerves are so bad. People
Mm-hmm.
been at home drinking like fish.
Baby.
They about to be at work without a sip of alcohol, or maybe not. They're gonna have a Stanley Cup for water and a Stanley Cup for wine. It's
Okay.
gonna be a mess in
Oh, it's gonna
there.
be a mess. 5 days a week, and then you know who the main ones are complaining. We just gonna leave that right there.
The
Um,
Karens.
yeah, the ones that you
It's the
know go, yeah,
Karens.
and the
Mm-hmm.
Kevins,
Yep.
main ones in there asking questions and bitching.
Because they're the main ones
Mm,
not working.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Because again, we've been carrying the load. They're the main
Mm-hmm.
ones not working.
Yep.
Skating by. They don't want to come in there.
No. Hell no.
Okay, child. What else you want to do
All
to make me
right.
get upset?
So one of my friends reached out to me and said, "Why didn't y'all talk about DEI last week?" They were, and
Oh, Jesus.
so I was thinking, I was like, should we? And I was like,
What
well,
you
both
want
of,
us to say?
I mean, what do you want us to say? That's the thing. It's like, I mean,
It don't apply to us.
yeah, and that's basically what I said. I was just like,
I ain't never been nobody's DEI hire. Okay.
listen,
So let's start from the tip
yeah,
motherfucking top. I got a bachelor's degree in political science and fucking education and a master's degree in human
she
services
mad, y'all.
counseling.
She
I ain't
mad.
nobody's DEI hire.
Y'all done piss Keisha off.
Highly educated, okay? Don't do that.
Yes.
So we ain't DEI hires over here. Shit don't
Okay.
affect us. The
Yeah.
people who should be complaining about it should be the white ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all are the DEI hires.
Right.
I don't think anybody told you all. Just like when affirmative action was in full effect, you all were getting the benefits of that.
They just brainwashed y'all for so long to let you think that these are black laws because they were intertwined with civil rights. But
And y'all really should be on the front line. And I think I did mention this last week that y'all should really be on the front line fighting for DEI because those autistic children that you are giving birth to, that you
mm-hmm.
don't want to vaccinate because you believe that the vaccinations are giving your babies autism, they receive services under that DEI policy.
Yep.
DEI makes it possible for kids like that, for kids like Barron
Mm.
Trump, for kids like Elon Musk to
Okay.
receive employment.
Mm-hmm.
So they are the ones who should be talking about DEI.
Right.
But see, they have rich parents.
Mm-hmm. They got
So when you
money.
have rich parents, the fact that you have autism is not really a big deal because your dad's rich.
Yep.
So you can get into the schools and your dad can buy your grades
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay.
Yep.
Even like Donald J. Trump, your dad can buy your education, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you read on a second grade level doesn't seem to be a big deal.
No, not at all.
So the DEI really applies more to white people than it does to black people.
Yeah. But y'all been
I'm
conditioned.
not really that thrown by
Me
it.
either. It's just like, what did y'all expect? This was just they've been waiting to.
We've been working twice as hard since we heard y'all bitching and complaining about affirmative action.
Thank you.
Why do you think black women are the most educated in the country?
Mm-hmm.
Because we already knew we was looked at as second class citizens.
Exactly.
So we knew we had to work harder than y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, a black woman ain't nowhere but a pause and thinking, what's my next certification gonna be?
That's
What's my
it.
next degree finna be?
Listen, because I swear
Because
after I
I'm
got
over here asking myself, so girl, what you gonna get this PhD in? You just turned
girl,
45, you need to hurry up.
get it done because
That's all we doing.
I've been sitting there like my degree is in information systems, and I haven't done anything in computers until like recently. And I didn't need any certifications or anything like that to do the job I'm doing now, but I really want to get into cybersecurity. And
Oh
I'm sitting
yeah.
here like after I got my
I
master's,
think
I
you
was
can get that from Ohio State.
yeah,
I've
you
been seeing that little like
the thing that
advertisement for
comes up,
that.
yeah, there are a lot of
Mm-hmm.
places where you can get in Ohio State's probably the cheapest because it's in state. But
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I only got to take like a few classes, but after my master's, I said I'm not going back to school. I'm not taking a Nair class unless it's required for my job. But then I had to put my mindset in like, this is required for my job. Like if I'm gonna be in here and dealing with all this bullshit, at least let me do what I really want to do.
Baby, they
So,
forgave my loans. I'm gonna get one more degree.
baby, start
I'm
that
gonna
shit
get
right
one
on
more.
over. Okay.
Listen, child, this should be it's crazy.
Okay, it is.
No, it doesn't apply to us.
No, it's just
It
like,
doesn't.
what do you want? What do you
So,
want?
Ronnie tells me today, he was like, they had a sign on the door at work that said all diversity hires report to HR immediately.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, they
I
did
said, huh?
not.
He said, yeah. I said, well, who is, listen, and now I'm whispering like,
Yeah.
well, who the diversity hires?
Yeah.
He said, it was all the Haitians. He said it was like 9 of them. Their name was on the list. I said, if I was them, I would have went home for the day. I would have not, I would never look back. I said,
Mhm.
because who's to say they gonna go up to that office and ICE won't be up there?
Exactly. That's what it is. That's what they doing to a lot of places. That's what they
I
doing
said
at a
I
lot of
would have went
places.
home. If
Yep.
I'd have seen my name on that list, I'd have just went home.
Politely
I'd
just
have
I wouldn't
clocked
even
out and went
yeah,
home.
shit. I wouldn't
I
even
wouldn't have said nothing.
clocked
Fuck
out, grabbed
whatever's in
my
that
shit.
locker.
Exactly.
I'd have just left.
Cuz they probably going to say I stole it even though it's mine.
Yep. Leave all that. Leave it there. Whatever it is, I
Girl,
don't want it.
no they did not.
Yep. He said they put a sign. He was like, and it's just randomly, like just
Yeah.
randomly, just today.
Yeah, you don't know. Well, I
He was
told you
standing there.
about
He was like, but he was, he didn't go to work today, but he was just like, oh yeah, he was like, and I was like, is he talking to me? Because I didn't even. It came out of nowhere. He was like,
yeah.
yeah, they had a sign on the door at work, and it was like, all the diversity hires report to HR. I said, what?
Child.
So I was thinking like, what do they mean all the black people? I said, who
Right. Like who's
the
the diversity?
diversity hires? He said all the all the Haitians. He said they had all their name on the list. But I'm gonna tell you this. Now listen to me talking to you like we on the phone for
Okay,
real.
right.
Oh Jesus.
That's
I'm
what we
gonna tell
do.
you
Go
this.
ahead, girl.
So in my work, we work closely with Catholic Social Services.
Mhm.
Now, Catholic Social Services is the place that like brings all the I would say like overseas immigrants.
Yeah.
Like not we're not talking like Latin American or Hispanic immigrants.
Right.
We're talking about sub-Saharan African immigrants, like the Haitians, things of that people of that nature.
Mhm.
So she didn't know, who I was. She didn't know who I knew. And particularly one of the ladies was like, yeah, like basically telling me the stuff that they say to his job
Mhm.
that gets them to accept the immigrants so they can come and work there.
See.
Like telling them, oh, if you don't let them come and work, you'll be in violation of this and you'll be in violation of that. And
Mhm.
she was like, it's not true. Like, but I just tell them that because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't
They don't
know.
know. Child. I said, oh,
It's a
well, it makes
game.
sense now. It's a
Mhm.
game, honey.
Yeah, everything is a damn game. And y'all
It's a
going to learn.
game.
Y'all going to learn this game.
I was like, oh yeah, I would have just left. I
Oh
said if I was
yeah.
them, wouldn't have
Uh-uh.
been no way I'd have stayed.
Hell no. And y'all better send me my check from them time I was clocked in too. I don't give a shit if it was 10 minutes. Y'all better send me
Listen,
my shit.
I was like,
Ooh, it is
dang.
going down. Look, but like
And
last
they
week.
had one worker,
Mm-hmm.
so he's been there for like 20 years. And Ronnie came home one day, like right when he got inaugurated. He came home and was like, man, we ain't seen dude in like 3 weeks.
Oh.
He was like, we think he just got scared and just
Mm-hmm.
he been trying out. He been here. He been working there for like 20 years, but he
Mm-hmm.
been in the States for probably about 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
He married over here and everything, but he is not legal.
Right. Yep.
He not legal. He was like he been trying to, get legal and take the test, but I don't really think he speaks really great English either though.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. And that doesn't
So
help your case. Mm-mm.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's going down,
And now
y'all.
it's just and that part is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was a lady on the internet really like crying like or complaining, let me say, oh, our business, is taking a hit because none of our, they are in construction, and of
Mhm.
course most of their staffing is Latino, Hispanic.
Right.
Nobody has been showing up for work
Oh, I believe it. It's
because
really
out of
bad.
fear they just stop showing up.
Mhm.
But she said it like, I voted for Trump. And I also, we did, me and you and I had this private conversation on
Mhm.
the phone one day. And I'm saying it again because I'm like, how are you all voting against your own interests?
Right.
So
Because they
you
don't think it's going to
knew,
affect
you
them.
come to work every day.
Ah.
This is your business.
Mhm.
You look around, you see that all your workers are brown.
Mhm.
He's on the TV telling you he's going to deport all the brown
Every
people.
single one of them.
You come to work every day and you see who works for you, and you still went in the voting booth and voted against yourself.
Yep.
Are you all mentally
They
disturbed?
are. They really are
I
because
feel like
in their
all of you
mind
need
they
a
don't
psych
think.
evaluation
Mhm.
because I don't understand how you didn't connect the dots. You
Right.
heard him saying it. You see that the people he's discussing are the people who work for you.
Mhm.
These are the people who make you your money, though. You still went in the booth. And what did I say to you? Your racism is stronger than your logic.
Yep.
Your racism is stronger than your common sense.
Mhm.
And that is a dangerous combination
Yeah.
because now it's basically like y'all are hanging yourselves
Mhm.
because he is telling you,
Straight up.
and you see that these people are helping you, but your hatred, your deep down inside hatred for them is so strong
Mhm.
that you would vote against yourself.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either. But I
I
liken
don't
that
get it.
to people who voted for him openly and then they're just like, what's y'all's problem? What's wrong? I was just doing my civic duty. Why are you upset with me?
But
You're
we
my
have
black friend.
capitalism has created monsters out of
Oh,
us.
yes.
I
Selfishness.
saw somebody, it was these two white guys who were on a podcast and they were talking about the top 5, or the basically the worst jobs or worst majors for you to get in college
Mhm.
because they don't make any money.
Mhm.
And they listed these jobs, and I went in the comments and said, "You know what's worse than this is that everything we do is about money.
Yeah.
Where are the people who were passionate about jobs? Like,
Mhm.
you majored in criminology because your plan was to go to law school.
Right.
Where are the people who just want to teach kids
Mhm.
and are not focused on what teaching kids pays them?
Right.
Like, what happened to people being passionate about a craft and not being worried about the money?"
Yep.
And it's going to sound real corny, but I wish people would get a deeper relationship with faith.
Yeah.
I'll say faith. Because there's a scripture in the Bible that tells you your gift will make room for you. And we walk around all day like, oh, if that don't make me no money, I ain't doing it.
Yep.
We don't get in touch with what our passion is. We don't
Mhm.
get in touch with the thing that's driving us. And money cannot be in the driver's seat. You've got to have an innate passion for something. It's like all y'all care about is the money. I saw a girl say she'd been doing hair since she was 16. She's 22 and she retired. Now I teach people how to whatever to market. And I
Mhm.
thought to myself, y'all, I mean, that's cool.
It's
That's
cool,
cool.
but we're going to do
But
that but.
what happened to you doing hair? Like
Mhm.
what happened to that?
Yep.
Just like I wish people, I've said this a million times on here. Stop telling people that teachers don't make money.
Right.
It is not true. Now, maybe if you just go get a teaching certificate and you don't do anything else, well, you
Mhm.
probably will just get that increase. Or if they give you a couple extra thousand, if you earn some educational credits, and they don't actually earn a lot. If you earn one or two, you'll get like a boost in, your pay.
Right.
But most teachers are in it for the long haul.
Mhm.
you want to teach, and then you want to go get a master's degree.
Yep.
That is going to boost, that's going to boost your salary a lot.
I mean, look, we went to school in the 80s and 90s, and and I'm talking about elementary, middle, and high school, not just
Right.
college, of course, not just college, but because
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole different level. But I'm sure you can attest to this too. Pretty much, I would say about 75 to 80% of the teachers I had from kindergarten to 12th grade were all older. Like they had been teaching, like all
Yes.
of our teachers, not all of them, but majority of our
Especially
teachers
in
were
high
all,
school.
yeah, they had been there. I mean, like a lot of them had my aunts, cousins who went to
Mm-hmm.
Mifflin, wait, like years before we did,
Mm-hmm.
you
Especially
know.
our high school teachers, like Miss
Yeah.
Adair. The first thing comes to my mind is Miss Adair, Dr. Boyd.
Miss Sanders.
Now Miss Jenkins was considered young.
Yeah.
And I think now that we look back, Miss Jenkins was probably only in her 30s.
I think she was like in her late
She
30s or
only had to be in her
40s. Early,
30s. Yeah.
yeah,
Her
yeah.
kids were small. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so she was considered probably the youngest teacher we had.
Right.
But yeah, Miss Sanders,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Eldridge,
Yep.
the choir teacher,
Mm-hmm.
like
These
and Miss Dorsey.
Yep, they were all older and they had been
Yeah.
teaching for
And we
years.
say older, but they were probably now Dr. Boyd and Miss Adair and Miss Sanders and Miss Eldridge, they were like older. They
Yeah,
were
because
probably
they
in
were
their
like close to
60s or like
retire. Because I
50.
think
They
like
were probably in their
yeah, because
50s
they were close
back
to
then.
retirement. Because even
Yeah,
like about
because
what, like three or four teachers retired like the year we graduated. Because remember we
yeah,
honored some of them at the senior breakfast,
yeah,
and it was
yeah.
quite a few of them. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, no, no. But I'm saying, yes, they were all like older. But
Mm-hmm.
like Miss Dorsey and some of them, they were only in their 40s. Madam
Yeah.
Page, my French
Mm-hmm.
teacher, and they were all black women.
Yep.
But they were in it for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
But also, they were married women.
Yep. They
But
had.
Miss Dr. Boyd was a little older. I think she
Yeah.
may have been widowed, though. I don't think she
I
was.
believe she was widowed at that
Yeah,
time.
she was widowed
Yeah.
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But Miss Adair's husband was
Mm-hmm.
still working.
Yep.
Like they had a nice home.
Mm-hmm.
Like lived over there in Franklin Park.
Yep. Three
Like
accomplished children.
yes, like so y'all be saying that like oh, and I mean I'm not to I'm proud of my friend and we're proud of the money that she makes.
Mm-hmm.
She's an assistant principal. She makes six figures.
Yep.
Like y'all gotta stop
Yes.
this. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who is telling y'all that, or maybe y'all don't know people from the inside, or
Right.
we have perpetuated the lie out in the community so much
Mm-hmm.
that people believe it. But teachers do make money, y'all.
Right.
Like stop letting get hooked up with the right teachers so they can show you how they're making money. But
Exactly.
just like you making multiple streams of income, doing whatever you're doing, you can do it being a teacher too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's unfortunate that people don't go into the things that they're passionate about, that
Yeah.
it's all about the money.
Mm-hmm.
And then, now we've just lost, because everybody wants to be internet famous, we've also lost a level of professionalism
Oh yeah.
among some of the crafts out here.
Mm-hmm.
I be seeing therapists half naked, shaking ass, and I be like, I hope you do. Do people
Just
don't
to
tell
get a
people you're a
click and a
therapist.
view. That's all it
You're
is.
embarrassing. Like, please
Yes.
stop. Bitch, you need a therapist at this point. Like,
I
you need
mean,
to get in touch with
basically.
why you keep showing your ass on the internet.
Yeah,
Like, why?
seriously.
As a professional woman. And then they'll tell, well, I mean, I can still be sexy. I don't know why y'all, I don't know. You talking about something that disturbed me, girl? I don't know.
Yeah.
You can be sexy behind closed doors
That's
too.
the thing. Leave something to the imagination of your partner. I mean,
Oh
come on
my
now.
God, Lee girl.
I
It's
mean,
just troubling.
yes.
It really is.
Whew.
Child, so we gotta be prepared for the week of politics ahead.
Listen, because it's going to be some, I guarantee. Because what did I say? I think I said this last week. As soon as we hang up from this, I guarantee you within an hour or two, it'll be some bullshit. And I'm sure
Child,
it
they done took
was.
the sign off the door at the U.S. aid, just popping the damn letters off the building. I
I
said, y'all
mean,
know what? This so
shit.
ghetto. We
This is
live in the
the
ghetto.
ghetto. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God. I used to say this. The whole country is ghetto and
Hmm.
Atlanta is the projects. Washington D.C. turned into the damn projects now. This shit
Listen, and
crazy.
we ain't talking about the DC area. We talking
Nah,
about
we
y'all's
talking
little
about the White
bougie
House, the
area,
Capitol.
okay? I mean, look, Elon's ass done moved into the White House, so I mean, he got a fucking room in the White House. I mean, mm,
Are y'all doing it? Is it
they
still
doing
room
it. They
niggas?
doing it.
They
They they,
gotta be
they
doing
doing
it.
it. Yeah, they got
Cause him and
to.
Melania ain't doing it no more. Cause they
No,
ain't got
hell
no
no.
more
She cut him
kids.
out a long time. She cut him off. She had Barron and she was done. If that was natural, which with his nasty
Listen,
ass,
it
it
probably
probably
wasn't.
was.
She probably said you got 10 times the hump on me to get this baby, and on the 10th time, if you can't get him, baby, then we're gonna do artificial insemination.
Okay.
But you're gonna get 10 pumps, ten
That's it. The
times.
hunching has stopped.
The hunching gonna come to an end over there at that house.
Listen. Oh my god. Ew. Gross. So on that
Imagine,
note,
I'm
no, go
not. I
ahead. Go
almost
ahead.
said.
Go
I almost
ahead.
said. Imagine hunching that man. Do you be seeing how he dance? Oh no.
Look, he's just
Oh,
a prime
that
example of
is.
someone who got pussy just because he was rich. That was
Listen,
it.
cause
That
he
was
rich.
it.
That's
That was
what it
it.
is.
Yeah.
Him, and that's how Harvey Weinstein was. That's how
Oh, of
they used to
course.
approach women.
Yeah.
Listen, for the right dollars though. Now I'm gonna just
That's
tell
yeah.
you, not Trump though. Not Trump. Not Trump.
Right.
He ain't got enough.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
But did you see that picture I posted of Bill Belichick yesterday? Of him and his little young tender?
I said, and y'all got them sitting in the front row.
Baby.
This right here. I
Yeah.
said, and y'all got nerve to be talking about Puffy. I said, at
Okay.
least Puffy had enough respect to do whatever he was doing behind closed doors.
Y'all just out
That
here.
man is walking outside with a girl that's old enough to be his grandchild,
Baby.
and y'all okay with it.
I said,
And
Mama.
she came to this classy event dressed like a whore.
Yeah, that right there. And you don't give a shit about it because you just got your arm candy right there. You don't give a damn.
And here he go talking about. Well, I wonder. See, me and Ronnie had to get into it about this because he like these women don't care, no self respect. I said, now did you hear yourself? I said,
I mean,
let's
it's
just
always
take
put on
this
the
for
woman.
example.
It's
It's always on a woman. I
mm-hmm.
said, I'll take this for in a counseling relationship. If I'm a counselor and my client is the younger person, or if I'm viewed as the aggressor
Yeah.
because I'm in a position of authority. If it's a pastor and a parishioner, the pastor is viewed as the aggressor because
Mm-hmm.
he is in the position of authority. Same goes for a student and a teacher. Whoever has the authoritative position is the one who should be held accountable. I said he is the one who should be held accountable in that situation.
Yeah.
That girl is old enough to be his
Right.
grandchild.
No, y'all looking at what did she do to him to get him? No. Stop
I
that
tell
shit.
you,
Oh.
I tell
God. It's
you.
just
What
always
my
goes
big
down
mama
like
used to
that.
say, these men ain't worth the spit it take to cuss them. They just ain't worth the spit it take. And she ain't told no lie.
None.
Woo, Lord, it just be terrible.
Oh
They
my
come up with
gosh.
anything to make a woman responsible.
Yes. Ain't gonna take no responsibility for
And
that. Oh,
let me
it's
and
her.
hold on, because I like to shoot the women down every chance I
Oh
get. It's some
yeah.
hoes in the world. I'm not lying and saying it ain't.
Oh no, of
But that's
course.
a baby. She 24.
Right.
That girl is 24.
Listen.
Where did you even see her at?
Exactly.
She's
Why
24.
were y'all in the same space? Where did
She
you
looked like you took her straight off the pole. 24. Was you at the gentleman's club?
95% yes, I'm sure. Yeah, we can probably go with that. Most likely, yeah.
Uh, Help, Lord, help, help. We down here. We need help.
We
We
need
need
help
help.
and
I
it's
feel like
not
that
looking
guy on that
good.
video when he said, Kamala, I know this ain't your fight, but just say some words of encouragement.
Listen.
Lord, help
Yeah.
us.
And we talked about where Kamala is and then why this week people were started posting stuff asking her to come and save us. No, fuck y'all. That's what she said.
Mm-mm. But honey, no, 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 no. Because where is the 92% chilling?
Mhm.
We ain't saving
Ain't
nobody.
saving nobody. I'm gonna
I ain't
sit
trying to save
back.
nobody but my edges.
Uh-uh.
No. Uh-uh.
And deal with this
Ain't saving
perimenopause. That's
nothing.
it. That is fucking it.
Mm-mm. I'm picking out new lipstick colors.
Okay.
Buy a new foundation. I'm not saving nothing. I ain't
Hell
even saving no
no.
dollars. No.
Uh-uh.
Ball till you fall, because they
That's
trying
it.
to take us down anyway.
Yeah, so I don't give a
Enjoy
shit.
life.
Exactly.
Stock up on you some canned goods, as the old folks would tell us.
Right.
Get you some canned items and girl, spend your money. Buy what you want. Get these
Okay.
people.
Not the canned goods. You took it
Yep.
back. Yep. That's how we do
Get you
that.
some canned items.
Okay. You be set. Be good
Yeah.
as new.
Be thinking about what these people talking about.
Yeah. Fuck them. Ain't got shit to do with
Listen,
y'all.
every day,
Yeah.
forget them. I done said enough curse words. My friend be like, "Ah, but did you have to keep cursing?" I be like, okay, I'm gonna try, Andre. I'm gonna
Try,
do
try,
better.
try. But they made you mad today,
But
so
they
you
y'all
know.
lit my damn fire today twice. No
Girl,
DEI. The hell with
okay.
these people.
Girl, like what? That's acceptable. It was funny when you said that. I had to mute myself from because I busted out laughing because when you said, "What you want us to say?" That's the same thing I said. I was like, "What you want me to do about it? What? What?
What you want us to
I'm just
say?
gonna post
No.
to. I'm just gonna post to. Y'all. You don't need to be supporting or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. That's up to you. But
Child, when
we
I heard
told
the news
y'all.
about, so I had saw a video about Coca-Cola,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get it because I was like,
Right.
okay, what did they done did something, but I'm not that invested where I
Right.
need to know because number one, just to give a report, I still have not had a pop since May, so I'm doing very good.
Praise
And
the
y'all know
Lord.
Coke. Who child called me and Coke had a love affair going on, and I didn't think nobody could break that up.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
Honey, and when I got off of it, now that lady came on that video and said that Coke was turning in their employees to the ICE people.
Child.
Oh,
Listen.
hurt my heart.
Okay.
Cause why would y'all another one? You see, and then let me tell you where y'all really is crazy at. Y'all gonna have to you getting rid of the immigrants, and you're gonna have to bring in regular old white folk.
Yep, and pay them more than you were
They
paying
about to
them.
raise hell in your
Mm-hmm.
establishment. And they somewhere getting high on methamphetamines.
Exactly. Because them
See,
immigrant
that's the thing that I
that's
think everybody is forgetting.
yeah, we forgot all about that. Ain't think about that shit.
97% of my clients are Caucasian
Mm-hmm.
and they're getting high on fentanyl and
You
methamphetamines.
don't say.
Y'all, what are y'all doing? Y'all want these people to be in y'all's factories working and
Right.
mixing up the formulas and laying the floor in your house
See, y'all had
and
them
fixing your roof.
listen, y'all had them immigrants come in and they will work there 8 hours, 10 hours, and more if you asked them to. They didn't make no complaints. They sat in the corner and ate their lunch, and then they went home and
Honey,
did the shit the next day.
honey,
Now y'all gonna have to
I'm
y'all
here to let y'all know that them
child.
meth heads is not who you want on your roof.
Ooh wee.
Because if
Mm-mm.
they see one chemical that they can smoke or get high on, I just don't think this was what y'all wanted.
Y'all ain't
Just like
prepared.
when he shut the country down, and I told y'all back then, this not gonna work. He didn't think
Mm-mm.
this through. I'm here to
Mm-mm.
let y'all know he ain't really thought this immigration thing through.
No, it just sounded good. It sounded good and it sounded evil and
Ooh,
dictatorish.
child.
So y'all up here like, yes, get them. And
Y'all
then when
think
it's
bridges was
child,
falling? What was it, about 5 years ago, 6 years ago? When
girl,
that bridge fell in Florida that they had just built
listen,
3 days ago?
yeah,
Honey, if y'all think bridges was falling in, let the
shit.
meth addicts be.
Listen, house is about to cave in
Oh, shit.
because these apartment buildings that y'all throwing up all over the fucking city and the suburbs here,
Whew,
they about to listen.
baby, it's getting
Whew.
ready to be hell on wheels.
Okay,
Just stay in your house. Make
that's
sure you
it.
get a ranch.
That's it.
Make sure you get a ranch house. Don't let them build you no two-story.
Okay.
Everything needs to be one level.
Yeah, because it ain't gonna work out for you in the long
And
run.
make sure you
So,
get that roof inspected every damn 6 months.
baby,
Cause
invest in that because, woo,
and
mm,
try your best to find some Mexicans. Cause
they
if y'all
hiding.
want, don't let them white boys put your roof up. I'm just
Okay,
trying to tell you what I know. Cause even the
listen,
ones who show up for work, baby, they be smoking crack.
look.
Listen to
Okay,
what I'm telling y'all.
put some cameras in your parking lot. You're gonna see a lot of shit. Get them cameras
Listen to what
working.
I'm telling y'all.
Y'all gonna see a lot of shit that y'all ain't
This ain't
prepared
the
to see.
days when all the Ryan homes and Dominion homes was flying up and the
Mm-hmm.
white boys and the black boys was out there building. No,
Nope.
y'all,
Mm-mm.
listen.
Nope.
That Hispanic labor is top
Okay.
tier,
Listen,
and
y'all ain't ready to
good
lose
luck.
that. Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Ooh.
Well, on that note, we wish you all the best in your Trump endeavors
Yes.
and in your Trump celebration.
Yes.
You know, you guys be blessed and We hope that something was said to change your mind and be nice to people.
Yeah.
That's what we always ask. Be nice to people. As always, you can reach us at girl underscore you know what, at Danny B Speaks, and at Wellness and Women. Until next time, bye bye, everyone.
Bye.